Welcome. I'm Big Mike, and today I'm going to be answering 10 of life's deepest questions for you while sitting on my living room floor holding this Yeti Blue microphone. These questions come to us courtesy of AristotleCafe.com. It's the first result that popped up when I typed in the exact title of this video. The first question they ask, either the least deep question or the most deep question, depending how they've ranked this list, or maybe it's not ranked at all, but it is numbered. So number one, either least important or most important question: what will we learn from COVID-19 and isolation? I think this must have been written a little while ago, because I say what will we learn, and now it's what did we learn. And so I have the benefit of retrospect here, which allows me to say that we learned nothing. We didn't know how to get along and work together then, and we definitely don't know how to do it now. So maybe that's the hope. Maybe it highlighted our weaknesses, and in the future, when the next plague comes around, when we can look back and we can say, wow, we really did not work together as a team. We did not make the dream work with the teamwork, and we need to be better. The second question is, do I want to have children? I want to have 3 children. 1 boy, 1 girl, and then a tiebreaker. I may adopt my 3rd child. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's responsible to adopt children. There's a lot of children in the world. We're not hurting for a shortage of children. There's tons. People making them all the time. And then sometimes they don't have the means to take care of them, or they're in a point in their life where they don't want to take care of them, or they died. The point is, there's lots of children that don't have people, and we can all be those people. So I'd like to adopt at least 1 child. Question 3 of the 21 deepest questions of all time. How do you know if something is normal? What is normal? So normal is like a societal thing, right? We, as a collective, define the norm. So if the most people are doing that thing is the norm, normative. Whatever the majority of citizens are doing is normal. See, wearing a bandana, or what do you call this? I don't know. The thing that ninja wears. Headband? I don't know. That's not normal. The majority of productive citizens, and I say citizens, productive citizens, because I want to say that, like, just because all the outliers are doing something similar doesn't make it normal. It makes it normal for outliers, which still is abnormal in one sense. However, a citizen is a person that functions within society, has a role. Whatever those people are all doing, the majority of them, that's normal. They're not wearing these, and so this is abnormal. They're not buttoning their polos all the way up to the top and wearing a gold chain on the outside of it. That's abnormal. 4. When does free will end and fate begin? So, I guess I was going to say fate doesn't exist and be done with it. But I guess it's not so simple as that. I think the answer is that there is no future, so there is no fate. There is no past, so there is no destiny. There's really only this present singular moment that we're living in. And anything we do now is really up to us. So I'd say I would go back and simplify it. No fate. Fate doesn't exist. You have total free agency in this life. 5. The laptop's actually pretty far away from me, so I'm really also exemplifying the fact that I have 20/20 vision. 5. What will you do to stand up for what you believe in? I think that's a tough question because it simplifies it a little too much. There's things I really believe in, and there's things that I believe in, but I'm like, Like, I believe the earth is a sphere, it's round. But if a flat earther held a gun to my head and said, is the world a sphere? I'm going to tell him it's flat. I'm going to agree with him and be like, world's flat, just like you said, sir. But there's other things I believe in. I believe in, justice. I believe in our freedom. I believe in the value of standing up for your family and your loved ones. Those things, I don't know how far I'd go for them. I've never pushed that limit. I think it would be foolish for me to say that I would die for my family or that I would die for my belief in freedom and justice, because truthfully, I haven't tested that outer limit. And until you test those outer limits, you don't know where they exist until you fall over them. And then you're like, okay, now I know how far I will go. So it's a spectrum from absolutely nothing to maybe I'd die for it. I don't know. Maybe I'd kill for it. I was in the military, so at some point I said an oath that I would kill for it. How does knowing too much benefit or harm you? I would say, and this is number 6, I would say knowing too much can benefit and harm you. With knowledge comes suffering. If I don't know about something, I cannot suffer mentally over it. I cannot psychically suffer over that knowledge. Like, let's say someone who I love very much has a cancer that I don't know about. Psychically, since I don't know about that cancer, that terminal cancer, let's say, it cannot hurt me at all because I don't know about it. I can't worry about it. So psychically, it can't harm me. Physically, it can harm that person. That person will die from that terminal cancer, whether it's diagnosed or not, especially if it's not diagnosed, right? But as soon as I learn about it, then I begin to psychically suffer over it. And once that person dies, obviously, then I learn of it and I begin to psychically suffer over it. So is it better to not know about a terminal cancer and then just die of it someday without ever knowing? Or is it better to know about it, psychically suffer over it, and physically suffer over it? So what you don't know can't hurt you psychically. It can physically kill you, though. What does it mean to be authentic? I've given this one some thought in the past. Authenticity for me has two spectrums, two sides of the same coin. I keep using the word spectrum a lot. It's how you know I talk about autism too much. So many things exist on a spectrum, not just autism. Terminal cancer does not exist on a spectrum. If it's terminal, it's all the way that way on the spectrum. Damn it. Authentic. What does it mean to be authentic? It means to be true in both word and action, and I guess I'd throw thought in there as well. To be true in word, action, and thought. Because you can never lie with your words, but deceive a lot of people through your actions, through your facial expressions, through your relationships. Cheat on people, you never have to say a word. So authenticity encompasses both thought and action, and words. Because you can think and you can deceive yourself with thought. You can hold thoughts and opinions in your mind that you will act on and abide by that are false, and you have a knowledge of that inside of you. We've all done it before. We've all known the truth and then held on to this lie in our heads anyways. So I'd say being authentic is representing the truth in both words, actions, and thought. What is the truth? What is physically actually happening? What is real? Gets a little more murky when you come to like concepts that are abstract, because abstract is not as easily determined what is true and what is not. Number 8. Is it possible to live your life without fear? I don't think so. I think we all feel fear to some degree, and we are more or less sensitive to it based on our genetics and our upbringing and our experiences. I think to some degree you will always feel fear. Like, unless you anatomically are missing the components in your brain that allow you to have that sensation, in which case you probably won't live very long, because fear is necessary. You will fear something to some degree. Just even if it's just for a minute, a moment. I'm scared of a lot of things. I'm scared of terminal cancer. I'm scared that I have prostate cancer right now and I don't know it, and that it's smoldering in my prostate, and someday it will grow large enough to kill me. The more you have fringe experiences, like if you've been mugged, or you've deployed to a combat zone, or you lived through COVID-19 in a highly densely populated area, those things will check your fear response and make it so that it is more attuned to the world you live in. So something that might cause me a ton of fear might cause you much less. So yeah, you can't live life without fear. You will fear things, and it's a good thing. If you didn't fear things, you would like accidentally burn your hand pulling, or you wouldn't even accidentally, you'd burn your hand all the time because you wouldn't give a shit. Oh, number 9, we start getting the heavy hitters. What is happiness? I mean, it's hard because it's so simple. Like, happiness is happiness. Like, when you're happy, you're experiencing happiness. It's like an emotion. Neurotransmitters being released in your brain of various shapes and sizes with various receptors that they connect to in different parts of your brain that make you feel happy. So that's like the what is happiness. Like, how do you become happy? That's kind of a concept that's much broader than this video can encompass. I would say some basic tips would be following truth. Those 3 aspects of truth of word, action, and thought. I'd say those are a core component of living a happy life. I can't really get into why, so I don't know, and there's also a lot of depth to it that doesn't fit here. I'd say the next thing is love, being loving to your fellow man, to your spouse, to your children, to your friends, to yourself. And then I'd say the third big component is mindfulness, being present in this moment, this only moment that exists, living here and fully engaging in these experiences. I'd say that truth, love, mindfulness, and the broken down components of each. And then I'd say in the background of all that is having a good sense of humor about life. That'll help so much. That's like the best coping mechanism in the world. Have a good sense of humor. All right, lastly for this video, what work do I love to do so much that I would do it for free? Definitely entertaining people. Again, I developed that sense of humor that allowed me to cope with a lot of traumatic experiences in my childhood. And one benefit of that is that I love to entertain my friends, my family, random strangers on the internet. So yeah, I would do comedy for free. I would do improv for free. I would do videos like this for free. I work in the field of mental health. I would do that for free. I love it. But then again, I can't do all those things for free because I gotta make money. Hey. So we'll come back with the final 11 deepest questions about life from AristotleCafe.com in the next video, which I will upload as soon as I feel capable of doing that.